are there foods or diet that are helpful to the brain? I think people, have probably heard the term brain foods and maybe blueberries or things like that. But can you speak a little bit to diet's role and what you should be looking for from kind of brain boosting foods?
Brain boosting foods, always go for healthy fats and protein. Things with that have are heavy in omega-3s. It could be anything from fish to, half an avocado or whole avocado throughout the day. And then things that are like really helpful for inflammation, like ginger or blueberries, like these things can help insulate the brain so that when you do have excitation in a normal functioning way, you get happy about something, you're cushioning your brain's ability to actually move through that in a healthy fashion. Healthy fats and protein help build and maintain synapse connections. So that's very important. Amino acids, making sure you're getting all of your amino acids, things like leucine and theanine and are all very important. If it's good for your skeletal muscle, it's probably good for your brain. They go very hand in hand as far as the nutrients that they use.
Yeah, I think healthy fats and cholesterol and how your brain actually is a massive consumer of cholesterol, right? And this whole conversation of reduce your cholesterol, reduce your cholesterol. Well, if you don't have enough cholesterol on board, then your brain actually doesn't have enough fats and energy to pull from.
Cholesterol also has a lot to do with your phospholipid bilayer that goes around your cells, right? So it gets embedded in that and creates good fluid structure, which is what you need. You don't want a rigid little ball. There's no processing involved with that, right? Nothing's going to get in or out. So cholesterol actually helps keep membrane fluidity.
I recently learned about neuroinflammation and it's tied to the immune system. Can you speak about how ongoing immune system insults impact the brain?
Everything in our body exists for a reason. So when you get neural inflammation, it's due to a mechanism that's being triggered, whether it's a virus or you're being exposed to mold or you've had a recent head injury, right? And then your microglia get triggered, your brain's immune system, and they go to help clean up whatever's going on, right? Regulate the cells that are getting overexcited. They try to clean up all the dead debris, cellular debris. They have a job to do that's important. Problem is when that becomes chronic. So when you pass this threshold of inflammation, these microglia start getting signals for healthy cells, which is the problem. They also work off of and contribute to a stress hormone called glucocorticoids, which actually can amplify this entire cyclical process. So then you get stressed out, then your brain gets stressed out, and then this stress system continues. And what it does is it starts breaking down healthy cells, but that's how those things occur, is then you get into these low chronic inflammatory states in your brain, and the microglia think they're still having a job to do. And it creates this underlying stress that your brain is under. So then the inflammation never actually goes away. It kind of just rests there. So then anything can trip it up, right? You go and eat McDonald's. Next thing you know, you have brain fog for 2 weeks, or you're celebratory having a glass of champagne and you get sick and nauseous and dizzy. So if you're in that state, you sort of end up in a very sensitive state for the brain. So it's important that if you do experience something related to triggering inflammation, that you take care of your brain, right? And then one of the primary things that's super important is make sure you get enough sleep when this happens, because all of these toxic proteins that start building up, including the signals associated with this microglia, they get depleted and like reorganized while you sleep, right? So then they get decreased and your brain starts afresh. So when you don't get that, it actually increases that toxic protein buildup in your brain.